Hey guys, thank you for joining me again. So it's the third video I'm doing on my channel now. Hope you guys are liking it. If you are, make sure you're subscribing. Again, everything that I'm speaking about as well, I want to hear what you guys are thinking and talking about. So make sure you're commenting down below. My reason for this video, guys, what the hell? How is weed still not, or cannabis still not legalised, or at least declassified? Not just in the UK where I am from, all over Europe and the rest of the world really. It's something I can't really get my head around at the moment. Why there's still such a stigma attached to it. One thing that really confuses me is how smoking a cigarette, growing up a cigarette, putting a dry leaf into a cigarette, lighting the end and smoking that, absolutely fine. However, smoking another type of leaf, or obviously the bud off a leaf, is such a bad thing, and it's so criminalised, and it's wrong. They're both alter perceptions. You know, they're both mind altering. Obviously the one slightly a little bit more. However, they both do generally the same thing. So how is there such a difference to them? To be honest, guys, there is one main difference to them. So smoking cannabis, I am yet to find a single piece of evidence, of research, of documentation to actually show that cannabis has any adverse health effects by smoking it. There is a few studies out there that show that if there's something dormant inside you, so if you've got if you have got something fundamentally wrong with the genetic makeup that is lying dormant, then smoking cannabis can bring that forward. However, the studies have also shown that it has to be a vast large amount of cannabis that you're smoking pretty much on a daily basis. Obviously, I know there's people out there that do smoke on a daily basis. However, you've got to be getting through a serious amount and have this dormant for anything to actually have affected you. Tobacco, on the other hand, there's reams and reams of evidence to show that it causes negative effects. So it causes various types of lung cancer, various types of cancer, full stop really. You know, ask somebody who smokes, just normally smokes, to run up a flight of stairs. You can kind of see what it does to the person. Personally, I believe that one of the negative things that's always put against cannabis is addictive, and that it's a lead-on drug. To be honest, I argue with me if you think I'm wrong. I believe that tobacco is a lot more addictive than cannabis is. So I mean, look at how tobacco affects you. Look at how the Great British Pint affects you. Bear with me a moment. Tobacco and beer are both legal. Anyone that puts their hands up and saying, I don't take drugs, I don't agree with them. Do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you take paracetamol? Do you take aspirin? Do you take cold and flu remedies? Guys, these are all drugs. Nobody has ever GBH. No one's ever battered their partner through smoking a bit of weed. The worst thing that they're going to do is perhaps destroy a packet of crisps or a biscuit, or they'll sit on the couch and contemplate where their life's going. Beer, you know, or alcohol in general. Go and stand outside a nightclub at 2-3 o'clock in the morning and see what that does. That's legal, guys. Come on, let's put things into perspective. nobody's ever going to do that when they've had a joint or a couple. Um, okay, so we've gone over how it doesn't affect health benefits. However, cannabis has been proven to have positive influence on people, such as people with chronic pain, so severe arthritis, and various other chronic pain issues. It has been helped to reduce those levels, to which most pharmaceutical drugs won't actually touch. It relaxes the body, and actually allows people to sleep as well. So, all in all, how are we not using this? Look at America. America haven't necessarily legalised it, but you have to have a card to show that you are have some health issue that it will help. Okay, I don't think it's necessary too hard to get a card. However, it does help to categorise the people that will be smoking it, and obviously keep an eye on them. One thing that the UK or the rest of Europe can learn from that is, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, the main issue with cannabis and the main criticism of cannabis is that okay, it funds organised crime. Fair enough. Okay, these may be the people that are mass producing it, that are selling it, that are supplying it. So there's one easy way to stop that, and that would be to legalise it. Not only legalise it, but again, like in America, control its distribution. If you control its distribution, you can go to a nice shop at the corner. You have if you go on YouTube, there's quite a few people doing walkthroughs in America. One of the main guys that I've been watching is Custom Grow 420. He'll go and do a walkthrough. You'll have, like a calf, you'll have a menu telling you what strength it is, what it is. Guys, no one is going to go to Dodgy Dave down the end of the street and get something that they're not quite sure what it is. They don't know what strength it is. When you can walk into a shop, look on a board and say, yeah, I want that. You know it's well grown, well treated, well looked after, and you know exactly the strength that you're getting. Nobody is going to be going to these people. So not only are you not going to be going to those people, that it's also going to stop a lot of criminalisation of people who are, again, doing nothing but the same as going into a pub and having a drink. The amount of people who have criminal records just for carrying a bit of weed in a baggie on them. Obviously, as soon as they get a criminal record, they're not going to be able to get half as many jobs. They're not going to be able to get the opportunities. So what are they going to do? Guys, they're going to have to turn to crime. They're going to look at selling. They're going to look at everything else. So if we control, or the government, control the distribution and the flow of cannabis, it's going to cut a lot of police time by chasing these low-level. I'll use criminals very broadly for these people because 98% of them aren't. They're just recreational users. It'll cut out all of the dealers because, as I say, no one's going to go to a dealer if they can go into a nice shop. Again, the dealers could probably go and work in the shops, get a nice bit of profit from it. And it's also going to cut down on prison overcrowding. A lot less people put in prison for, again, criminal activities. However, one thing that will come out of that is obviously saving the taxpayer money by police time. However, if we look at alcohol duties, I mean, the government were forecasting to make around about £11 billion on alcohol duties in the current tax year, financial year. The same with tobacco duties. They were forecasting to make around about £10.2 billion on tobacco duties as well. If we're looking at obviously the street value of cannabis, it's going to be around about 4 times what a bag of tobacco or various alcohol spend, whether it's in a pub or store bought. So we're looking to times those by around about 4. So we're probably looking at around about £40 billion in tax that will be going to the government if they not only produce it but also control its distribution, take that percentage themselves. Again, if they get more heavily involved, if they get more heavily involved within the distribution, the running of it, that could be a lot more. Guys, they sit in Parliament and say, oh well, we're in debt. The NHS is struggling this much. We need to do all these cutbacks. The NHS or private healthcare, the government spends about £138 billion on every year. Again, obviously 40 billion is not going to fix that. However, it's gonna bump up and improve a lot of services with that money. So rather than them sitting there thinking, oh yeah, we need to save so much. I mean, the national debt at the moment for the UK is around about £1 trillion, and that's a lot of money to be in debt with, because the government's or the country's always running in a deficit. So again, obviously 40 billion, so it's not gonna fix that. However, it's gonna go a long way. Common sense to me, rather than pulling all these things back from the government, pulling all these things back from the people that need it, have a rational debate about whether cannabis should be legalised. Put it up to a public vote, guys. If they even thought about putting it up to a public vote, they would see how much money could be making and the passion that people have for it. Go into the majority of homes in the UK or around the world, any workplaces, and you will see that everybody not only has smokes it already, or knows someone that smokes it. That is a rational, well-adjusted person that just likes to use it recreationally, and is able to a full member of society, and can fully contribute to everything that needs to go on. It's not demonised at all. It's not immoral. It's just something that people do, the same as having a drink is. So as always, guys, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Make sure you're commenting below. Any good experiences, bad experiences, what you think should be done about legalising as well. As always, there's a couple of links in the just below the video. One of them is Custom Grow 420, so go and check him out. He's got some really good videos up at the moment. There's also a couple of links, Facebook links to my Facebook as well. Not even sorry on Facebook, obviously, but also some pages that are actively trying to get cannabis legalised. Just go and check them out. Share them some love. Show them some love. As well, guys, if you're liking what I'm doing, make sure you're liking and sharing the videos. Make sure you keep watching. If you really like it and you want to see some new content, make sure you're subscribing. Again, trying to post about once a week for you guys. So let me know what you think. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again